All right, this is very exciting because I'm going to show you how to create a web application from scratch that you can actually sell online. So this is an app that exists already. It was a draft, so it has, you can see at the top here, it has 5 panels, and each panel will invite the user to click on a button. And this is really important because you want your customers to, just click, and it's colorful, right? And when they click on a button, it's going to turn black. And here at the top we see 2 functions selected. So they click, and then they click on the next button and they proceed to the panel number 2. Same thing here, they click and they go to panel number 3. Now in my case, these are just business concepts, so I want to reuse this structure, but I want to change the names of the button. So here I'm gonna write the instruction to Base44. I'm gonna say something like rename. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it simple. Instead of having 5 different panels, I'm just gonna have let's say change to only one GUI. So each panel is a graphical user interface, and it will contain the following button with their names and associated text. This is the text inserted in the final document that users can download as a text file and also a PDF file. Okay, so now I'm going to provide more instructions. And so basically the idea is that you allow your customers to select a button, and when they select a button and at the end they click on submit, they're going to be able to download a document that contains the associated text. In other words, the resources, the links, etc., based on the names of the button. So here I'm going to have to come up with, let's say, I'm just going to keep it short for this demo, but there could be like 20 buttons, but I'm just going to use 5 buttons, right? So the first button is let's say something I want to teach. So I'm going to put like $100,000 in 4 months, and this is something I was able to achieve before, working only 2 hours per week. So people who click on that button, they're going to receive in the final document the text that shares the story and all the details of how I was able to do that. Okay, so a second button is $10,000 graphic design project. So this is, we were very expensive, but I set up a graphic design firm with my partner, and we were able to design like corporate logos for $10,000, and I share all the details of how I was able to do that. The third button is how I was able to become a college professor earning $80 an hour as a college professor teaching digital marketing. So people who are interested in teaching, in developing courses, they would click on that button. The fourth button, how I was able to become a valedictorian of my high school. So this is good for, let's say, parents who want my study secrets, my academic secrets, so that they can share with their kids in high school or college or university, and their kids are going to become super smart academically like I did. Valedictorian, I was on the dean's list at Dawson College, pure in applied science. And sorry, the microphone is far. Okay, now it's better. Okay, so the last button, how I was able to become a calligraphy teacher and artist. Okay, so I'm just going to put teacher and artist. So I'm going to send this app to all my LinkedIn connections, and based on their interest, some people are interested in making a lot of money. Other people, want to become freelancers or create a business. Other people want to teach. Other people want to guide their kids, or they want the secrets themselves, because, even as an adult, you can take evening courses or how to become a calligraphy teacher or artist. Okay, and for each of these buttons, the text will be short. I can change the text later on. Okay, so Here I'm just gonna put the tech model, but I'm gonna describe it later on. Here, just for the sake of this demo, I'm gonna future visioning. This was the technique that I used, but normally I would have to write like a whole text with documents with links to online resources, etc. But here the text is going to be very short. Here the key is the ADDIE course, the ADDIE framework that I use, and here valedictorian secrets, let's say snapshot my memory technique, and here little by little, etc. Okay, so here I have to provide clear instructions. Okay, so the following, okay, so here I'm gonna put the text that appears before the colon is the button name. The text that you don't need to learn programming, because Base44 is going to do everything for you, but you need to learn how to write clear instructions, right? So the text that appears after the colon, so this is the colon over here, okay, is the text that will be inserted in the final document if the user pressed on that button. Okay, I think it's clear enough. To only one GUI will open the following buttons. Okay, so I think it's good. So you can do the same, right? You can come up with your own button names and the corresponding text. So let's see how it does it. I'm going to click on enter, and it's going to work on modifying this very colorful web application. Okay, so it's planning. This is like having your own employee, your own software developer, and you don't need to learn Python. It's still useful to learn Python. I think you have to learn computational thinking, but Base44 does the work for you. So here it's removing the multi-screen, and it creates 5 buttons. Okay, visual feedback. Okay, beautiful design. So what I'm hoping to do is share this with my 21,000 LinkedIn connections, and when they click on one of these buttons, so it's selected already, depending on what they need. Like I said, I could have 10 buttons. 20 buttons might be a little bit crowded, but here I have only 5. So when they click on the button, watch how it's going to turn black. Okay, so if they click again, it goes back to the color. So while it's still applying actions over here on the left, I can just test the buttons. Somebody might be very curious, and they want to know everything that I know, so they would click on the 5 buttons. But I just wanted to do this demo to show you how easy it is to create with Base44. And when you join my software creation club, I have no idea what to call it, but I'm just going to charge $10 a month, and I'm going to guide you in developing these web applications from which you can make money. And of course, I'm going to share all my Base44 apps. And as you've seen here in this demo, when I share my applications with you, you can just click on the button at the bottom right hand corner. You click on edit with Base44, and you can reuse my software. All you have to do is change the wording, the text, the functionalities, but you have the basic idea, the basic structure. So that's really amazing. You don't need to learn coding at all. You don't even need to start from scratch. You can get somebody's Base44 application and you just modify it. Okay, so here it's still applying actions. I don't know if it's stuck, but let me see if I can publish it. No, you know what? To be safe, I'm just going to wait. So if we go down here, you can see that people can download as a text file, or they can download as a PDF. PDF has a better presentation, but they can modify the text if they download as a text file. Alright, so I don't know if it's ready, but it's still applying actions. I don't know if I should wait. Should I just take a chance? you know what, I'm not going to take a chance and I'm going to publish. And you can see here, this is the name. So I'm just going to copy that URL, and I'm going to, okay, login access required. Now I want to change this. I don't want people to have to log in. So I'm going to put no. So it's going to simplify. No need for login. And I'm going to publish. No login. Okay, so I published the app, and now you can see here what people would see when I share my selection tool. All right, so let's test it out. I'm going to click on, let's say I'm one of my connections. I want to know how Peter was able to generate 100K in 4 months. Okay, I'm not interested in calligraphy or valedictorian secrets. I don't have kids, but I want to know how he was able to charge $10,000 for a freelance contract, or how he was able to make $80 an hour as a professor. Okay, so now I just download the text, and you can see here the text here. I can just open it, and you see the corresponding text that correspond to the buttons selected. And let's see the PDF, what it looks like. So here you can see that, you know, I can just print, and I would have the selected items. Although there's something wrong here. No, that's right, there are 3 items. So I'm just going to click on print, and you can see here in PDF format. All right, so this is the end of the presentation. As you can see, it was very easy for me to create a web application, and once again, you know, this is the web application, and people see this colorful interface, and whatever they want to learn from me, whether how I was able to make a 6-figure revenue or 5-figure, they can click on it, and you know, they can download. So there are many applications for this. I could have my email marketing course or project management course, and for, you know, there would be modules here, let's say like 10 or 15 modules, and people click on the modules they're interested in that are relevant to them, and they can download the course. But this course would be customized for them because they were able to select the modules. Same thing with a book, you know, they can select the chapters, including a biography. Let's say I write the biography of Super Peter, and I have 20 chapters or maybe 30 chapters. And so some people might click on the chapter where I talk about my relationships with women, how to seduce, date them, etc. Or another where I built my career, another one where, you know, I got jobs at Fortune 500 companies. So not my entire biography is interesting for everyone. So depending on the person, you know, they will want to select chapters that are relevant to them, that are interesting to them. So for example, there's a chapter on how, you know, as an immigrant family, I was able to, you know, grow up in Montreal, Canada and succeed at school. But maybe some people are not immigrants, they're not interested in that, right? How I was able to succeed at school and get a job, you know, build businesses, lessons I've learned, you know. So anyways, any book or any course or any document that you know, you can enable your customers to customize it, and all they have to do is click on the modules that are interesting for them, and they can just download it. So you can sell this app because, you know, there's a lot of useful information here, or you can use this kind of web app as a lead magnet so that you can, you know, get people to join your email list, and you can sell them something on the back end. Anyways, guys, that's a demo I had for you just to show you the power of Base44. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you more in the next video.